Okay, welcome. If you can hear that in the background, that's my neighbor crashing through the ice because the river just froze over today for the first time. But I wanted to start this cabin tour from the dock because that's really where the adventure begins. As you can see, everything is frozen over, so we're kind of locked in right now. But Arlo, hey, do you want to show them the cabin? Let's go. Right now she's tied to my waist because she doesn't really understand what ice is yet. So I'm just paranoid. But we begin by leaving the dock, as you can see. Usually we'd be in boat or on the snowmobile, but right now we're not going anywhere. But yesterday when we took the canoe to go have dinner, this is where we dropped the canoe, and there's other canoes here too. So anyways, just so you get an idea of how far the cabin is, I walk up this hill. It's like a 40-foot hill up to my dad's cabin, and you would think that it would get easier as time goes, but no luck. It really doesn't get any easier. Arlo, come on, let's go. I swear, she's gonna pull me down the hill one of these days. So, just so you can see what this is like, we've got Penny Lane. Arlo, really? Did you just get us stuck? I'm in the middle of a tour. Okay. How did you get us stuck under this giant boulder? Okay, sorry about that. Maybe we can edit that smoothly. Okay, so we've got Penny Lane, and here's the aqueduct project. That's for a later video. And then we've got the staff lounge. What people don't understand when they see photos of the Pepper Shack is that it's attached to the staff lounge. Usually you only see photos that I take from like this angle, right? So you don't ever see the staff lounge there. But yeah, this is my front yard. Goes right down to the river. Again, no dock. And here we go. Yeah, we've got these cute little lights. The Pepper Shack is decked out for Christmas, ready to go. But there we go. That's the Pepper Shack. And I'll come over to this side here so you can see just how far back it goes. Not far. I don't know how far, maybe you thought it went back, but that's it. And outside I like to keep firewood on hand, so I'll go up the steps a little bit. Keep firewood out here. I've got firewood inside too, but got all sorts of fun things, like my chimes and my grandpa's lantern, my life jacket, my grandpa's saw, and his measuring stick. He was a lumberjack. I've got a paddle and a broom. Essentials. This cute little seating area that really serves no purpose. I never sit out here, but Louie, my cat, does. And he also likes to sit on this bird buffet. Yeah, but usually there's birds there. And then we've got our thermometer, so we can look out in the morning and check the temperature. So that's the outside. You guys have seen the outside so many times. But let's go inside. Ta-da! Here we go. So, I am going to take off my coat because I've got it pretty warm in here. And my mittens. Those can go. And then I will show you around. So, let's chat a little bit before I give you a tour. Okay. Hey, isn't this mirror nice? You can basically see the whole cabin through this mirror. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm so excited that you guys are here. Finally, I get requested to show you guys the inside of this cabin all the time. So it was about time, but I was waiting on a few little renovations, and I'll put some before and after photos in this blog post that this video will be attached to, so you can see what it was like inside before I got my paws on it, and it's taken a long time. So this place looked completely different a year ago, especially with like the bedroom situation. It's all one room, but yeah, there's a few different things. Like this mirror is new, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that. But anywho, so where should we start? Maybe let's start in the office, because that is my favorite place in the entire tiny little cabin. So I will take you over there. Right now, well, here it is. Here's an overview. Let's step back. Okay. That's the office. And it's my favorite spot for this very reason. Come over here, kick your feet up, and look out the window. You can see Louie at the bird buffet. He loves to sit there and watch for birds. He thinks it's like his little shelf, his little ledge. And then I also check the temperature every morning. Let's see, what do we got right now? There we go. Boom, 20 degrees, 21 degrees maybe. Snazzy. And then usually it's where I can look for Arlo. You can't really, well, they're her little ears. She's working on a log, I think. A stick maybe. But anyways, so the view is great. Love that. But I also love this desk. Let me push this chair in. So I love this desk because it's a very special desk. This was my grandfather's writing desk. And you can tell it's old. I mean, the mirror that's in there is broken. But it's just a very special piece of furniture for me. And I am adamant that you have to love your writing space if you're a writer. And I know the big iMac on it looks ridiculous. I get it, but it is really, really good for photo editing. And if you know me, I'm obsessed with photography. So, there we go. As you can see, this is like a nice monitor to edit photos on. So this is Lightroom, which is where I spend all of my time editing. I don't know anything about Photoshop, which I probably should, but I edit all my photos in Lightroom. So that's where I do all my editing. And then if I don't want that there's a nice shelf space down here. So that big monitor can go down here, and I can fold this desktop up so it'll cover like all of those books and those little tiny shelves. And then this chair folds up and goes right there in between the cabinets and that desk space. So it's efficient, which I really like. And then the most important part of any desk, okay, I'm adamant about this too, is your candy jar. Right now, I've got holiday M&Ms. Man, these are so good. If you've not had them before, the peppermint ones, you need to go and quit wasting your life without them, because they're really good. They're my favorite. Yeah, that's my desk space, my office space. I spend so much time here. And then we've got the kitchen, which I honestly don't spend a whole lot of time here because there isn't much in terms of kitchen-y things. But it's still a very beautiful spot. The cabinets my dad built in the early 80s in my grandmother's basement. So that's special right there. And I really like this little area that he put in for firewood. So I like to keep that full. Sometimes if I've been out of town, I'll come back and my dad will have filled it for me, which I really love. Thanks, Dad. You're the best. And we like to put wood in there that's like easy to go. So like some really dry birch, for example, is what I've got in there right now. A lot of that. So I can start fires easily with that. And then outside, I like to keep the stuff that maybe isn't as easy to get going, but goes forever, if that makes sense. Okay. And then I'm not going to go through what's in these cupboards with you because I may have thrown things in there in effort to clean up for your visit. Not going to lie. I'm a mess, but this is where I keep Arlo's dog food. There's a trash can in there, in the middle one with cleaning supplies. In that one, I keep, a menagerie of crap. I don't know. And then this is candlesticks and a lighter and utensils, that sort of stuff. And then in the one over here, I've got office supplies like scissors and tape and pens and stuff. So that's the cabinets. I don't know why there isn't like a little door over that, but I don't ask questions. So then we've got the sink basin. Bitchin' basin, right? My dad found this at a thrift store. I use it for brushing my teeth pretty much solely. That's all I use it for. And then over here we've got the electric kettle and we've got the toaster. Crucial. The toaster is crucial. Whoever doesn't have a toaster in their house, I don't know how you do it. I really don't. I go to Airbnbs and the first thing I look for is a toaster. And I was on a ski vacation last year in Salt Lake City, and the Airbnb we were at did not have a toaster, and it was all I could do to make it through. Toast and bagels are like, that's pretty much what I'm made up of, okay? And then we've got my mug collection. I love this mug. 50 cents, thrift store. Love that thing. Some other mugs here. I've got a lot in storage, so don't be fooled. I've got a problem with mugs. And then we move up a shelf, and we've got cups and some bowls back there, glasses, coffee. This is what I'm currently drinking. I don't know how I like it. It's all right. It was Christmas themed, so I went for it, but I don't know if I will repurchase. And then we've got tea, honey, a candlestick, and then back there is my Apple TV, which is connected to my super old flat screen TV from 2009. She still works. And then, okay, up at the top are my bitchin' speakers. They're really nice. And here they're connected to this guy. You can blow the windows off of this joint with these speakers. Oh, Arlo and Louie hate it. Speaking of which, I think I did mention Louie, but yeah, here they are. They're outside because they don't like it when I blast the music, and they also don't get along, but anyways, sidetrack. Okay. Where were we? Microwave. Yep. If you want to pop some popcorn or heat something up, it's always nice to have. My sweet magnets, my loon. Gotta love the loon. And then this sweet one, I love this magnet. It's this little old lady running, and it says, ever notice that what the hell is always the right decision? Because it is. I'm a firm believer. Then we've got the beauty counter. Since I don't have a bathroom, I don't have any running water, there's no need for a bathroom, right? But this is like my equivalent of a beauty cupboard with all the lotions and potions. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen this like spice rack that I got from an estate sale. And I use it to like just store lotions and potions, like I said. So, and then we've got, I don't have much wall space, so I have to be very particular about the photographs that I hang on my walls. Right now it's just this one of my mom on the other end of our property picking blueberries. So, yeah. And then if we zoom out, we'll go to the living room. And we've got this lovely rocking chair, which I usually will pull out and put right here. And then I put my feet right there, kick them up, and enjoy the fire. But yeah, that fireplace or that wood stove is kind of new. I got it this time last year. The one that was in here before, it didn't have a glass door on it, and I really like to be able to see the fire. And I also, okay, this is like the best thing ever. Isn't that like the best sound ever? Okay, maybe I'm biased, but I just sit there in the mornings and listen to a crackle sometimes. Oh, it's the best. So that was a worthwhile purchase. And then we've got the brick wall, which is new this time last year. My dad and I put it in. He had all this brick and we thought, what the hell? I think it looks good. And then I've got my cute little rug from the thrift store. The floors. Okay, I should mention the floors in this cabin. I know they need a little bit of love, but they're really kind of interesting floorboards because there's a story. There's a story to everything in this cabin, okay? So the floorboards, they came from a cabin out on 3 Mile Island that my grandfather and Calvin Rudstrom had built. Okay, so they're in a different cabin for many years. Many years later, my dad finds floorboards at a business down the river, just kind of set aside, and he asks the owner, hey, you using those boards? Can I use them? I'm building a cabin, which the cabin he was building is this cabin. So he gets the boards, puts them in the cabin, and then years later, I don't know, Dad, you tell them. I don't know. I don't remember what the exact timeline is, but sometime later, he figures out that these are the floorboards from the cabin in 3 Mile Island that his dad and Calvin Rudstrom built. So it came full circle, and now they're here in my floor. And then if we zoom up, we've got the ceiling, which is this beautiful cedar ceiling. And that also has a great story. So they were taken down as timber by my grandfather at our girls' camp property. But not my grandfather on my dad's side, my grandfather on my mom's side. So my mom's dad, he was a lumberjack. And so he took the cedar down, and then he ran it through his sawmill and made it into lumber, and now it's here. And that's also, this cedar is also on the outside of my cabin too. So that's got a story, which is really neat. And that, well, the walls are pine, and those came from a sawmill in Cass Lake, Minnesota, that my dad had worked at. So yeah, everything's got a story. But where were we? I got us sidetracked again. I'm really sorry. There, we were here with this little ash bucket, okay? Right now there's cardboard in it. I keep cardboard in it because it's easier to start a fire with cardboard. I don't know. Yeah. And then we've got laundry that's full. I get it. I need to do laundry. Okay, get off my case. But we'll go over to the lovely closet, which my dad also built. This wasn't here 2 summers ago. He built it for me because he knows that I have a problem with clothes. I realize this, okay? So yeah, it's full, but it's also my library. So I've got all my books up there. Well, not all of them, some of them. I've got a lot in storage too. And then we've got books down the side. My phonology journal is there. And then clothes, boring. You don't care about that. But we've also got the mini fridge. Not going to show you in there because I'm a mess and my fridge reflects that. Okay, but on top of it, we've got the yoga mats. Love them. Whenever I want to do yoga, I pick one and I roll it out here in front of the fire. Always have a fire going in the winter when I do yoga because the floor is really, really cold. And then we've just got some storage stuff. Arlo's toys up there. That's the closet. We've got this beautiful bench that my dad made. And it's got my Frost River bag on it because I'm always going to Duluth. And whenever I go to Duluth, that's the bag I use to pack my stuff in. Okay. The mirror. This is my favorite new addition to the cabin. You can see the whole cabin. I think I mentioned that earlier. But yeah, it hangs over the bed. Boop. Coziest little nook in town. It's a queen size bed, and if you don't like soft beds, then you would hate this because this feels like falling into a bucket of marshmallows. And I've got a heated blanket on it right now. Right there. That's super nice. So you can like preheat the bed. Ooh, yep. Nice and cozy in there. And then this lamp, there used to be a matching one over here, and then there was like this pull-out bed there that I slept on for a year. But it was an IKEA piece of crap. Sorry, IKEA. But your stuff is like literally sawdust glued together, and it was coming apart. So got that out, and I've got this queen bed now. But that light fixture I've kept there because I don't know what else to do. I'm thinking maybe like something hanging there or in that corner. I don't know. But that's going to stay there for now. And then I also picked up this little, I don't know what you would call it, like wall hanging shelf thing. It's nice because I can put a cup of coffee on it in the morning, and I can put a candle on it. Not this candle. I'm not going to use these again. These are like this honey candle thing, and it has made a total disaster. And it burns so fast. But anywho, love this. And then the last thing, I've got my slippers there. We've got an open floor, and you might ask, where does Arlo sleep? Well, she's got a pull-out bed. Boop! And that's where she sleeps. And then when she's not in the cabin, it just goes back underneath the bed. So we're back where we started at the door. I've got my ice skates hanging there. 2 of my favorite jackets. The little bell that hangs, and Arlo like knocks it when she wants to go outside. We've got my telephone because I don't have cell service, so I have to have this landline. And yeah, that's kind of the whole Pepper Shack. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour, and if you have any questions, for sure, feel free to ask me. But I think I kind of covered everything. I tried to make it as long of a tour as I could. But it's a tiny cabin, so there's not much you can do. But anywho, I hope you enjoyed, and stay cozy.